Hello everyone, my name is Nikhil Bhatia. Welcome to this comprehensive video on the fundamentals of CSS. Today, we will explore how CSS transforms basic HTML into stunning designs. Beginners and those looking to enhance their CSS skills will find this tutorial just the thing for gaining the essential summarization necessary for creating good-looking responsive websites. Let's dive straight into the world of CSS for our web development needs. What will be covered today? Let's take a look. We will take a step-by-step journey into the essentials of CSS. We will start with a brief introduction to CSS, understanding its role in web design and why it's essential skill for every developer. Next, we will explore the three main types of CSS: inline, internal, and external, with practical examples to show how each works. Once we understand how to apply CSS, we will dive into its syntax, breaking down selectors, properties, and values that form the foundation of CSS styling. From there, we will move on to the basic selectors, learning how to target elements effectively using type, class, and ID selectors. We will then focusing on text styling, where you will learn to change text colors, fonts, alignments, and more. Finally, we will bring it all together by exploring colors and backgrounds using CSS to add life and vibrancy to your web pages. By the end of this video, you will have a strong foundation in CSS. Let's get started. So, what exactly is CSS? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and it's a style sheet language used to describe the presentation of a web page written in HTML or XML. While HTML provides the structure and content of the page, CSS is responsible for how that content looks. In other words, CSS is what makes a website visually appealing. Without CSS, web pages appear functional but lack visual appeal. Here's an example of a basic HTML page. As you can see, it's functional but lacks any design elements. Now let's add some CSS. We can change the font, color, background, and layout by applying CSS to make this page more engaging. This is the power of CSS. It allows you to style and position elements on your page to make them visually appealing and easier to navigate. CSS goes beyond colors and fonts. It's also used to create complex layouts, animations, transitions, and responsive designs that adjust for different screen sizes. Essentially, CSS is what gives your web page its look and feel, making it an integral part of web design. Now that we understand the importance of CSS, let's explore the three main ways to implement it in our web pages. There are three main methods to style a web page using CSS: inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. Each method serves a specific purpose and can be used based on your project requirements. Let's break them down one by one. First, we have inline CSS, which allows you to apply styles directly to an HTML tag using the style attribute. This is the quickest way to add styling to a specific element without using external files or additional styling blocks. In this example, the style attribute is added directly to the p tag, specifying the color and font size. The advantage of inline CSS is its simplicity. It implies changes immediately to a single element. However, it can quickly make your HTML messy if overused, especially in larger projects. It's best suited for quick fixes or testing small style changes. Next, we have internal CSS, which is defined within a style tag inside the head section of your HTML document. This method is useful when you want to style a single page without creating an external file. Here, the styles for the H1 tag are defined within the style block. The text color is set to blue and the alignment is centered. Internal CSS keeps your styles in one place, making it easier to manage for single page projects. However, if you have multiple pages, you would need to duplicate the styles in each HTML file, which is not efficient. Finally, we have external CSS, the most preferred and efficient method for styling websites. Within this approach, you write all your styles in a separate file with a .css extension and link it to your HTML document using the link tag. Here, the styles are stored in a separate file called styles.css. This file is linked to the HTML document using the link tag in the head section. The major benefit of external CSS is that it keeps your HTML clean, makes your style reusable across multiple pages, and simplifies code maintenance. This method is ideal for professional and larger projects. Understanding when to use each type is essential for creating efficient, well-structured, and visually appealing websites. In most cases, external CSS is the recommended approach. Having seen how we can apply CSS, let's look at the core structure of CSS, its syntax. The syntax of CSS is simply yet powerful, consisting of three main parts: the selector, the property, and the value. The basic structure of CSS looks like this. Selector targets the HTML element you want to style, such as heading H1, a paragraph P, or a specific class or ID. Property specifies the style you want to apply, like color, font size, or margin. Value defines the exact setting for the property, such as red 16px or 20px. Let's see this in action. Here's a basic HTML file and we will add some CSS styling to a style heading. In this example, H1 is the selector, targeting all heading level H1 elements. Color and font size are the properties that define the styling. Blue and 24px are the values assigned to those properties. Each property value pair is written as property value and is separated by a semicolon. The curly braces wrap all the rules for the selected element. This structure allows you to style your web page consistently and efficiently. Think of the CSS syntax as giving instructions for decorating a room. The selector is the room you want to decorate, like the living room or bedroom. The property is the aspect you want to change, such as the wall color or furniture. The value is the specific choice, like blue walls or a red sofa. By mastering this basic structure, you can precisely target and style any element on your web pages. Understanding this structure is the first step to becoming a confidence with CSS and building beautiful, well-designed websites. With the syntax in mind, the next question is, how do we efficiently target specific elements for styling? That's where selectors come in. Selectors in CSS are used to target HTML elements, so you can apply styles to them. There are different types of selectors that allow you to style elements with precision and flexibility. The three fundamental selectors are type selector, class selector, and ID selector. Let's explore each of them with examples. First, type selector. The type selector targets all HTML elements of a specific type. For example, if you want to style all paragraphs or headings on a page, you can use the type selector. Here, H1 and P are the type selectors. They target all H1 and P elements on the page. This is a quick and effective way to apply styles globally to a specific element type. Next, we have the class selector, which allows you to style elements with a specific class attribute. The class selector is prefixed with a dot in CSS and can be applied to multiple elements. In this example, the class highlight is applied to the H1 and a P element. The class selector dot highlight targets all elements with this class and applies the defined styles. Using classes allows you to restyle across multiple elements without duplicating code. Third, ID selector. The ID selector is used to target a single unique HTML element. It is denoted by a hash in CSS. Since IDs are meant to be unique, they should not be repeated within a web page. Here, the ID selector hash main dash title targets the H1 element with the attribute ID equal to main hyphen title. The styles, such as red color and center text, are applied exclusively to this element. IDs are great for styling unique elements like navigation, bars, or headers. But remember, they must not be reused on the same page. To summarize, type selector targets all elements of a specific type like H1 or P. Class selector targets elements with a shared class attribute and starts with a dot. ID selector targets a unique element using an ID attribute and starts with a hash. By mastering these basic selectors, you can efficiently style elements and bring structure to your web page designs. Class selectors are the most versatile, while ID selectors should be reserved for unique cases. Now that we know how to select elements, let's focus on one of the most essential aspects of web design, text styling. Text styling is one of the most important aspects of CSS. It helps you control how the text on your web page looks, ensuring it aligns with your design vision. Let's dive into some essential text styling properties, including the changing the text color, font size, alignment, font family, and font weight. Changing text color. The color property in CSS allows you to define the text color using various formats like named colors, red, blue, hex codes, RGB values, or HSL values. This property is often used to differentiate text elements, enhance readability, or match the website's theme. For example, a heading can be styled in red, while a paragraph can use a shade of blue. By combining text color with other styling properties, you can create visually appealing and consistent designs. Changing font size. The font size property adjusts the size of a text to create a clear visual hierarchy. It accepts values like pixels, ems, percentages, or relative keywords. For instance, headings often use larger sizes, such as 40px, while body text is smaller, like 16px. This property plays a crucial role in improving user experience by ensuring text is readable on all devices, including desktops and mobile screens. Changing font family. The font family property lets you define the typeface for text. You can choose specific fonts like Arial, Verdana, or Times New Roman, and provide fallback fonts for compatibility. This property also supports web-safe fonts and custom fonts via services like Google Fonts. For instance, a modern sans serif font can be used for headings, while a traditional serif font adds elegance to paragraphs. This customization helps establish the website's tone and personality. Changing font weight. The font weight property controls the thickness of text. It supports values like normal, bold, lighter, or numeric values ranging from 100 to 900. For example, bold text is often used for headings or important content, while lighter text suits secondary information. Adjusting the font weight can help emphasize key elements and maintain a harmonious balance in your design. As we wrap up, let's summarize what we have learned and discuss how you can apply these techniques to your own projects, from its role in web design to how to apply styles using inline, internal, and external CSS. We have explored CSS syntax, text styling, and how to work with colors and backgrounds to create engaging designs. With these skills, you are ready to enhance your web pages and make them stand out. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more web development tips. Feel free to drop any questions or comments below. I would love to hear from you. Keep practicing, and I will see you in the next video.